Now in the Black Box with Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Listen. Gratitude is the attitude. Show is a blessing. To be back in the Black Box. Black Box.
Relax, roll up as we randomly react to content in these YouTube streets. Yeah. It's time for R&R.
Smackwood Nip Hustle. Big shout out to my SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
The constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. Y'all already see from the title. We got them demons on the menu. Rest in peace to the young soldier. And with no further ado, let's see what these dirty dogs have been up to. Oh, my mama.
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I will detail the story of a 16-year-old Los Angeles kid who was killed by the police. Anthony Weber, also known as AJ by his family and friends, was born on July 30th, 2001, to parents John Weber and Demetria Johnson. Anthony was said to have been great at sports, playing baseball, basketball, and even football, and he also was a part of the ROTC program at his high school. Anthony would love spending a lot of time with his dad, working on cars, and his mom would call him a natural charmer who loved being the center of attention. But besides all that, he was a young father. Him and his girlfriend Stephanie had just recently given birth to a young daughter named Violet. And
Young father. Ain't no hood like fatherhood. On hood.
Anthony, he was dedicated to her. But unfortunately for Anthony, he was shot and killed. Anthony Weber was fatally shot by LA County Sheriff's deputies in the Westmont District of South Central on February 4th, 2018. On the night that Anthony was killed, sheriff deputies responded to a 911 caller who reported a black man in a black t-shirt who had pointed the gun at a car which he was riding in. Two deputies encountered Anthony near an apartment building. This encounter would lead to a foot chase. Anthony turned to run, and both deputies reported seeing a gun in Anthony's possession. Upon reaching the apartment's courtyard, Anthony, according to an account provided later by law enforcement officers, he turned to face the deputies and reached for his waistband on his pants. One deputy fired 13 shots, striking the teenager multiple times in the upper body, and Anthony was pronounced dead at the scene. No firearm was ever recovered on Anthony or anywhere in the area.
Wow, why did I was wondering, was that going to be mentioned if, wow, bless his heart. That's crazy. Them demonic devils, I bet you they didn't get no charges.
This will lead to the captain of the sheriff's department to speculate one or more of the estimated 30 residents of the apartment complex who assembled in the courtyard after hearing the shots took the gun from Anthony. Anthony's family disputed the account, noting that Anthony did not own a gun, and also at the scene, it had been secured quickly by the law enforcement, so it couldn't have been any gun in the area.
Los Angeles in one neighborhood this morning after a 16-year-old was shot and killed by sheriff's deputies.
Deputies are saying he was armed when they saw him on 107th Street last night. CBS 2's Jasmine Veal reports emotions in the area are running high.
Grieving family of the 16-year-old boy shot and killed by sheriff deputies last night arrived at the apartment building on West 107th Street where he died. Family friends gave us this picture of the teen they called AJ, identified by the coroner as Anthony Jacob Weber.
The gunshots were so loud it felt as if someone was banging on my door, and 8 to 9 loud, very murderous, direct shots. Bop, 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 bop.
13, bro. Not 8 to 9, 13. Dang. And they trying to say, oh, somebody came in. How you gonna shoot him and somebody you said you shot him when he reached for his waistband. So when and where did somebody have time to come in that scene and take his weapon? They'll just say anything. They don't give a fuck about us. Oh, my mama.
Very, very It was terrible.
Desmond, who only wanted to give us his last name, lives in the building. He didn't know the 16-year-old, but says he didn't hear anything leading up to the shooting.
No warning shot, no, hey, stop, nothing.
But the LA County Sheriff's Department says they got a call about the teen around 8 p.m., pointing a gun at a driver. When deputies arrived, they said they saw the boy with a handgun in the waistband of his pants. After a short chase, investigators say he was shot multiple times when he turned back toward the deputies.
Turned back towards the deputies and reached for his waistline where they said they had just seen the gun. But they had these magic bullets that when they shot him, they also made the gun just explode and disintegrate and disappear. They think we is, man.
The last update from detectives at 3 a.m. said no gun was found. Tensions began escalating almost immediately after the shooting.
Y'all gonna kill me! Y'all gonna kill me!
At least one man was detained in this angry crowd as they tried to push past deputies protecting the scene.
It was almost a riot, you know?
Everybody was hollering, screaming down there, and they were saying that he got shot, the boy got shot.
Friends admitted AJ was in a gang. They placed candles next to the spot where his body laid for hours overnight.
What do that have to do with it? Being in a gang is not a death sentence. Why is that even relevant? That's crazy.
We are on the street.
Anthony Weber's photos are mounted in the courtyard near the spot where he was shot and killed. The 16-year-old, who was the father of a 9-month-old baby, was gunned down by LA County Sheriff's deputies. Weber's mother says her son was an innocent victim.
That my son was a good son. He was a great brother. He had the biggest heart. He was a wonderful father. He has a 9-month-old daughter, Violet, that lights up every time he walked in the room.
Weber was shot after deputies came here to 107th and Budlong after they received a 911 call about a man pointing a gun at someone. The sheriff released a recording of the call. The caller's voice is disguised.
And he came out with his gun pointed up.
What kind of gun was it?
I just know it was a handgun.
What color?
Black.
When deputies got to the scene, they say they confronted Weber, who matched the description given by the 911 caller. They say Weber ignored their commands and was armed. And during a foot chase, they say he turned toward them. Deputies opened fire. After the shooting, no weapon was found.
Deputies saw a gun when the shooting occurred. And then with the 30 to 40 people that came out of the apartment complex, they were trying to maintain security of that. And they believe that at some point, somebody reached in and may have taken the gun.
That is bush. They just put a hypothetical scenario out there and just rested with that. That's not evidence. Man, that's foul. I don't think y'all realize how foul that is. That little, I'm gonna get him his ward. Been looking for him, boy. I'm gonna knock him down. Sheesh.
People who say they saw the shooting tell us Weber was unarmed.
You think he had no shirt on, so you could clearly see his waist?
He didn't deserve this.
3 days after the shooting, with tensions rising in the community, a public meeting was held by Civilian Oversight Commission, a board appointed by the City of Los Angeles, to monitor the Sheriff's Department. More than 100 attendees, including Anthony's father and his older brother, sought information about the incident. Tempers flared at the meeting when officials from the Sheriff's Department asserted that Anthony was a gang member. Many in the crowd heckled loudly when the officials brought up the theory that the gun that Anthony supposedly brandished had been removed from the scene. Anthony's father would later say, in South Central, everyone is associated with a gang. It's just a part of being able to walk to school. He would say that Anthony was a part of a neighborhood, but he was not a criminal. His mother would say that her son smoked and had a baby at 16, but she maintained that he was not a thug or a killer like they was trying to portray. By 2018, fatal shootings by the police in the United States held steady at roughly 1,000 a year. In 2015 alone, LAPD were involved in 78 shootings. There would be many protests in Anthony's honor.
This march today to support a local teenager killed in a deputy-involved shooting. Demonstrators walked the streets of South LA to the sheriff's station on Imperial Highway. They called for the arrest and prosecution of the deputies involved in the shooting of 16-year-old Anthony Weber. The sheriff's department said Weber was armed, but protesters insist he wasn't. The sheriff's spokeswoman weighed in on the incident.
Well, first off, I'd like to send my condolences to the family. It's always difficult when there's a loss. It affects the family, it affects the community very dearly, and the deputies as well. So law enforcement, everyone is grieving at this point.
Law enforcement ain't grieving. Don't lie. You black. Come on, they sit you up and be the face of this bullshit-ass message. You should have refused. That's fucked up.
Police would keep pushing the image of Anthony being a gang member from the 107 Hoovers with the name Tiny Ragger, which he was a member and had a lot of love in that area. But whether he was a gang member or not, he didn't have to go out that way.
That's how they look at you, just another near thug, nobody, gang member dead. Don't matter. He had a gun, so what? It's invisible, imaginary. Cameras everywhere, somebody just came and took it. Yeah, that's what happened. Even though we had our eye on him so close, while he was running, we saw him take the gun, we shot him down. When did y'all take your eyes off of him? It's not making no sense. None.
The city of Los Angeles will later settle and give Anthony's family $3 million in a settlement.
Witness News reporter Leanne Suter has their call for action.
How do they get $3 million and these deputies don't get charged? That's bullshit. License to kill, license to murder. They were liable, the sheriffs were liable up to $3 million and nobody did anything criminal? That's crazy.
I just want to say this was never about the money, but to me that the settlement is an acknowledgement of guilt.
A call for charges against the LA County Sheriff's deputies who shot and killed 16-year-old Anthony Weber after the county settles the family's nearly $4 million lawsuit.
We're not happy about it at all. We lost our son. It's time for the district attorney or the state's attorney to step up and do their job.
No charges would ever be brought up upon the police who killed Anthony. He lost his life at the young age of 16 and had to leave behind a young daughter. RIP to him. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, that. Send your troops, cause we get busy, we don't play about shit. Let the busters off the hook and catch the big fish. Yeah, that. Send your troops, cause we get busy, we don't play about shit. Let the busters off the hook and catch the big fish. Patron with the lemon twist, just hit a big lick. All in Vegas got me feeling like a rich crip. Hold on, same jersey, I ain't never switched. Stay at the gun range, I promise I don't never miss. I dare a nigga to pull up on my passenger seat. The block full of hot boys, it's like 400 degrees. Been gangbanging since a juvenile. Check the files, it's gonna be some shit you gon' see that make it hard to smile. Like Pac said, a whole lot of bloodshed is part of war. Like UPS, show up at your door, special delivery. Mac with the shoulder strap, feeling like it's 10 of me. Bomb cushion Hennessy in my system, that chopper got distance. No James Bond, but I'm back on my mission. My uniform be the Michigan, counting money. And ain't gon' post it on my Snapchat to count funny. Hell no, I know my mathematics, being public. They always ask me if I'm still rapping, still crippin'. I ain't no rapper, better check my status. Show up at the meetings, phone season be the reason. Baby mama still can't believe that nigga stop breathing. We don't wanna get even, we tryna get over. It's war with the enemies, but with the homies, squabble from the shoulder. I hit a lick and pass, call my love like nigga we up. Feeling like Kobe in the last game. Cause I go hard in the clutch. These niggas mutts, I hang with pit bulls and Rottweilers. Type to squabble up and bomb on niggas like Deontay Wilder. That 40 bark and it get louder and louder. Shot spotters going off, the neighbors waking up and coming out of their houses. Yeah, this shit fucked up. That's just how the ball bounce. Shooting dice for 4 hours and smoked up a whole ounce. Popped the top off the Remy, feeling like that Charger with the Hemi. Squabble good, losses I can't name any. Chin up, chest out, niggas just be chasing clout. Better use that GPS, I make a nigga switch routes. Free the tiny max like Baby Psych and Bad News. Hurt my motherfucking soul when I heard that bad news. Shining with a rollie on, smash like Donkey Kong. Every time we went on them missions, we brought a trophy home, a lonely road. Nightmares that the homie told, cause I fucked the bitch that he loved, and I ain't even know it. I been been through so much pain, but I don't even show it. Don't ask me if I want some get back, nigga, you know it. It's part of war. Show up at your front door. It's part of war. What the fuck you think we do it for? It's part of war. Little homies trying to up the score. It's part of war. My nigga, we love war.
Neighborhood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Me with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga is Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
It's Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county. What the fuck? My nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Bud, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nate Bud on Hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, Craig.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script, don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib, the marathon
I overlook my competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be, yeah.
You are now in the black box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!